Welcome back, Fit Life Champions. Thanks again for tuning in the home kitchen of Fit Life Champions. Here we are once again. I am so excited about this week's Prep Wars because now we can get creative. We've established a lifestyle shift and a good routine by preparing our meals on Sundays, setting aside that extra time. That now we've gotten the basics down. This week, we're going to talk about something very, very, very important when it comes to nutrient timing and when do we eat what. So visualize your planning ahead of time. You've already written down breakfast, lunch, and your schedule for the week, Monday through Friday. Now break that down into per day. And I want you to focus on a few things. When do you work out? And when is your next meal after that exercise? Are you a morning routine person? Are you afternoon like I am? Or are you evenings? Or are you a mixture of everything? So when you take a look at your weekly schedule, Monday through Friday, and you plan out your meals, breakfast, lunch, snacks, you start to prepare it on Sunday. Now we have to take a look at what time do I exercise on Monday? What time do I exercise on Wednesday? What time do I exercise on Friday? Or do I exercise every day of the week, Monday through Friday? And these are all important things. Does it change every day? Does it stay the same? For the people who work out at the exact same time every single day, that's awesome. That's a great routine. Guess what? You're gonna bring carbohydrates into your diet at the same exact time every day. But if you work out at different times, morning one day, afternoon another, or evening for the third day, fourth day of the week, because that's what your schedule allows you to do. We're all busy professionals. It's very hard to get exercise in. So this week's focus is nutrient timing and specifically carbohydrates in our diet. There's a research topic that we're discussing called carbohydrate tolerance, and that's where this basis of conversation comes from. We are most tolerant on intake of carbohydrates within 3 hours of exercise. You hear a lot of people say, got to get your meal in 45 minutes after exercise. Yes, that's true. 45 minutes is a good window for protein. That's why post-workout protein shakes are so popular in our American culture. They're quick, they're easy. I can drink them in the car after my really intense yoga session or a moderately intense resistance training program, like you would get from Fit Life Champions online. Nice little plug there. Just had to do it. Where was I? Oh yeah, that's right. The protein supplementation. It makes us feel full. It makes us feel satiated. And it hits that window of opportunity where we're going to benefit most from our first meal after exercise. Protein matters less than carbohydrates especially if we're trying to maintain weight or lose weight. We don't have any participants currently. Excuse me, I'll skip that thought. I'll save that for a later day. So you'll notice that I've attached a nutrient timing sheet along with this week's grocery guide. So on this week's grocery guide, you're going to scroll down to page number 2, and that's where we're going to talk about nutrient timing. Let's start with endomorphic body type. Your typical goals are to lose body fat. And if you happen to be an athlete with an endomorphic body type, you are most likely going to be in the strength and power focused category of sports or athletes. Take note of this. All starchy or sugary carbs should be included only during and after exercise. Now, what I mean by during exercise is something like an electrolyte replacement drink during exercise. They're incredibly popular in the fitness industry, which is how I've met most of you. So we'll talk about that specifically. During exercise, there can be a tiny bit of sugar in your electrolyte replacement drink, and that's healthful. Anything above and beyond that, I'm not going to encourage that much sugar, but starchy and sugary carbs during and after exercise. That's what I mean by that little notation right there. The most important thing I want you to focus on is this 5-to-1 ratio of veggies to fruit. We've talked about that before in the very beginning of our workshop, where I want to focus on healthy, fresh, clean veggies in a 5-to-1 ratio to clean, healthy, fresh fruits. And that's for the endomorphic body type. Our other most common body type is a mesomorphic body type. That's athletic looking. Your typical goals are to gain muscle or to lose fat and or improve sports performance. Typical activity of a mesomorphic body type is to things like adult league sports. You know, somebody who's a hobbyist. Starchy, whole grain, unprocessed carbs can be eaten at breakfast and in moderation throughout the course of the rest of the day, especially if you're a morning to mid-morning workout person. Focus on getting the starchy carbs like sweet potatoes with breakfast with that first few meals of the day or immediately after exercise. You can include sugary carbs only during and immediately after exercise as well. I'm going to go consistent across the board, keeping the sugary types of items out of our diet unless we're exercising. And then here's where our ratio changes just a little bit. For the mesomorphic body type, 4:1 veggies to fruit ratio. And focus on that if you are the mesomorphic body type to reach your goals of maintaining weight, building muscle, and losing a little bit of body composition. Hopefully we don't have any questions about that. If you do, feel free to email me, text me, call me at any time, and we'll talk about that more in length. While we have that grocery guide open, please go ahead and scroll back up to where we're actually focusing on the grocery shopping. This coming week, I want you to get your grocery shopping done as early as you possibly can. There's a big event in town. I want you guys to have fun during that event, but I want you to focus on PrepWars getting it done and out of the way early before you go to any event such as this that could conflict with your meal prep. I don't want to see any homework turned in on Tuesday because we meal prepped on Monday. We're not going to take this as an opportunity to put our goals on the back seat. So grocery guide. What I mean by a romaine leafy lettuce for lunch wrap. So long, skinny, something you can fold in the middle. Let me go ahead and pull one of these out. I was experimenting with these this past week. I really enjoy them as a substitute for taco shells. And they work a lot better than iceberg lettuce, like you would find at a lettuce wrap at a restaurant. These work much, much better for tacos or burritos. We're also going to put our healthy fat in with our salmon, tilapia, or grilled chicken tacos with romaine lettuce as a substitute for the tortilla. That's our highlighted menu item for the week. Please see your attached email with the link to the recipe. It's up and on the website right now. Enjoy your weekend, Fit Life Champions. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Once again, coming from my home kitchen of Fit Life Champions. It has been a pleasure discussing nutrient timing with you. Feel free to email me, call me, text me with any questions that you may have on your individual program. Stay tuned for PrepWars next week, and please turn in your homework by Monday. Thank you so very much.